In this video, I'll show you how you can connect Dreamweaver to the UH site that you set up in the last lesson. Before we do that, we need to create a folder on the computer that will hold all the website files. So, if you've already created your wireframe, you might have all your work files in one folder. But these work files will not be uploaded to your website. They take up a lot of space and they're not necessary. We will only upload the final HTML, CSS, and image files to the website. So within my work folder, I'm going to create a new folder just to hold the final site files. I'm just giving it a simple name, simple and clear name like site files. You can name it anything you want that tells you this is where all your website files will live on your computer. So this folder is empty at the moment, but I'm going to use this folder to tell Dreamweaver where I'm going to place my website files on the computer. So in Dreamweaver 2017, when you open it up, you may see this screen or you may not, but either way is okay. What we're first going to do in Dreamweaver is define what's called a site. A site is like a project folder which remembers the local folder, that is the folder on your computer where your site files will stay. That's the new one I just created. And it also remembers the web server where you're going to upload your files to. So to create a site in Dreamweaver, you just go up to Site, New Sites, and let's give it a name. The name can be anything that you can recognize. Since I have a portfolio site I created 2 years ago, I'm gonna call this one for the portfolio 2017. So I recognize this site as my newer portfolio. So the name is just something for you to identify a site, but this local site folder is important. This is the folder where all the files you create, your website, your HTML files, CSS files, and the final images that will be uploaded to your portfolio will stay. So I'm gonna browse to the new folder that I just created, which is empty at the moment. So once I have my local site name and folder chosen, I then have to set up the web server. So I go up to Servers and click on plus to create that connection to my UH server. So under server name, again, this is for me to identify, so it can be anything that's simple and clear. I'm just going to call it UH server and then my name. To connect, Dreamweaver uses a protocol like file transfer protocol, but for our UH server, we need what is called SFTP or Secure File Transfer Protocol. So from this drop down, just choose SFTP. The window changes a little bit, but nothing to be concerned about. The SFTP address for anyone with a UH site is the same. It is uhunix.hawaii.edu. And to log in to upload your files, you will need to choose username and password and then type in your username and password. Now at this moment, to test if all of this works, if everything was typed correctly, you can just click the test button. And it says Dreamweaver connected to your web server successfully. So we're almost done. The next thing to do is to set up a root directory. This is like the home folder on the web server, on the website. And by default, not just for our UH server, but for many servers out there, the root directory for your website should be public_HTML. And the last thing we need to do is give Dreamweaver our actual website URL. This is what Dreamweaver thinks it should be based on our server and folder, but really it's not that at all. It's www.hawaii.edu/tilde and then your username. Once you've done with all this, you click Save. Actually, there is one more setting I want to show you. So I'm going to double click on the UH server to go back into it. In the advanced setting, there is an option called Automatically Upload Files to Server on Save. This means every time you make a change to your HTML files or CSS files and save them in Dreamweaver, Dreamweaver will automatically connect and upload them to your server. For now, I'm going to leave this off, but if you choose to have this on, it can make it convenient. So every time you make changes, your website gets updated automatically. The downside of this is that if you make a mistake and you save over your local HTML file, it will get uploaded immediately and replace the one that's on the web. So all you have to do is be careful if you keep this option on. For now, I'm going to keep it off. So Dreamweaver has to do some processing, which it quickly did, and created the site. Now the site shows up in the Files window with its name, and in the site folder in Dreamweaver, you have the option of local view and the remote server. This is to show, the remote server shows you the files that are on the web server. The local view shows you the files that are on your computer. So this is how you set up your UH web server with Dreamweaver 2017.